Hey everyone, and welcome back to Art a la Carte. And this video is kind of a part 2 video from last Wednesday's video. So if you haven't watched this, I gave you guys a challenge to actually challenge me. We talked about a company called graphicstock.com, which has over 300,000 images, vectors, photos, and I wanted you guys to go over there and choose a reference photo for me to use that I could use to create today's picture. And you guys did amazing. You sent in so many different ideas. The one I actually ended up choosing was Tsukiko Asuki, and I probably said that name wrong, but they sent a link of this really cool picture, and I really loved this one pony. He just had a really cute look to his face. I thought, that's the one I want to do. So I went ahead and downloaded this photo and kind of cropped off a small little piece. And that's one thing I really like about graphicstock.com's photos is they are really high resolution photos, so you can take even like the smallest little clip of a photo and enlarge it, and it's not going to get super blurry on you. So then I printed this off and I was ready to go. So I knew I wanted to make this piece larger than the reference photo, and so I knew I'd have to enlarge that. So I want to go and show you a method that I learned in art school, and I use it with my art students, and every time I use this method, I think it's not going to work. And for some strange reason, it always does. So this is called the graph method. And what you're going to do is on your reference photo, you're going to make little boxes, but you have to make them pretty precise. So I made the box grid size on the reference photos was 1 square inch. And then I went and took my piece that I wanted to transfer it over to, and I made it 2-inch squares. So I was going to enlarge this picture by 50%. Then all you have to do is match up your squares and draw what you see in each square. So you're not looking at the whole picture, you're just looking at a very small piece of that, and you're just focusing on this. And it forces you as an artist to draw what you see and not what you think you see. So some helps with this is to find the different parts on the square and measure that out. Does this line come halfway between the square? Does it come like 3/4? And just by finding where those lines intersect with the sides of the square really helps. And then you slowly begin to build each of these squares up. And I will tell you, every single time I try to do this method, it's usually about this point of the drawing, I say to myself, this is not going to work. This is so not turning out. Because you know me, I am the build up by shape. So I like to find the shapes in an object that I'm drawing, create those shapes, and then build it up. So this is more of a just drawing the outline. But for some reason, this really works. It's not my favorite way to do things, but I find that when I use this method, my pictures tend to be more realistic. My natural drawing style is more cartoony or illustrated look, but every once in a while I'll take a commission where someone wants me to have a realistic portrait of their pet or their face, something. And I find if I do the grid method, it really forces me to become super realistic. At least for me. And this might be not super realistic for some realist artists, but for my style of art, this tends to be the most realistic that I can get it. And it really works. And it's not just me. When I actually teach my art classes and I have my students do this method, all of them are like, no, this is not going to work. But for some reason, it works for them too, and they're shocked at how well it works. So I'm curious, have you ever used the grid method? And if you have, does it work for you? If you've never done it before, I challenge you to give it a try and then let me know how it worked out for you. Again, just make sure that you make the squares precisely measured. You're going to need to use that ruler. So once I got the sketch fully put on to the paper, I went ahead and erased the grid lines that I didn't need anymore. And then I was ready to start to color this. And I decided to go with watercolor for one because I love watercolor. It's kind of was the first medium that I kind of got into. It's my safety medium. I love it. And so I began to apply the watercolor. I'm not going to go into big detail on how to watercolor. In fact, I have a whole series that I've done called Watercolor 101, where I teach you all the methods that I used when I was learning and that I use nowadays to create my watercolor paintings. I share all of my secrets with you. So I'll leave a link to that playlist in the description box below. I'm also going to leave a link that graphicstock.com gave me that allows all of you guys to get a free week's trial of their services. You get a whole week to choose 140 different images to download for free. So how their website works is they have an annual membership where you pay the annual membership and it gives you unlimited access to all of their files so that you can download all of the images that you want, which is super nice. I have downloaded way more than I ever thought I would. I have this whole folder on my computer full of pictures that I have for future videos. And that's the nice thing, is because their website just has the one-time annual fee instead of having to charge you per picture, which can get kind of spendy, especially because I like to use multiple images. It's very rare for me to do a picture like this where I just base it off of one image. So I really encourage you to go and try out graphicstock.com. You can still go onto their website and check out the images that they have there. It's really fun to get some good inspiration. Speaking of images, if you want to see some up-close photographs of this final painting, I'll leave a link to my Etsy shop where you can jump over there and take a peek at this painting that's going to be for sale over there. If you're brand new to my channel, then hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you enjoyed this video and like to see more, I have over 500 videos. Did you realize that? Over 500 videos on my channel. And so yeah, go check out another video. I also want to thank graphicstock.com for sponsoring this video. I did receive a couple of messages from you guys with concerns about sponsored videos, whether this was my personal opinion or because this was a sponsored video, am I just saying what they're asking me to say. I just want to let you guys know that when I choose to do a sponsored video is because it is a company that I personally use their products or that I find has a great value and something that you guys might be interested in. I'm not going to do a sponsorship just for being able to be sponsored. Because if that was the case, you would see a flashlight video because, yeah, I got approached by a flashlight company to do a sponsored video. And I was like, are you sure you watched this channel? Because we're not a camping channel. We're not a channel. So, yeah. So thank you guys for being so understanding, for asking those questions. I really want to answer those, and for watching these videos. So until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.